Cairo Mercer sat under the neon hum of an all-night cafe, watching the city breathe through rain-streaked glass. He was a ghost in a world that rewarded attention, the kind of person who made himself invisible by studying habits instead of faces. Cairo wasn't driven by greed so much as by a sharp, private experiment, to prove that institutions built on trust could be rattled by one clever, patient mind. For weeks he watched the bank from a distance. Not the technical wiring or the code, those were windows he kept deliberately closed, but the human currents. Shift changes, the way a manager walked the floor at 10:15 a.m., the cashier who always left for a cigarette at 2:40 p.m., the intern who joked too loudly at the copier. He learned the rhythms and built a map of routines that made the vault of normalcy start to look like a fragile theater set. When the day came, Cairo moved like someone performing the last act of a long-rehearsed play. He relied on misdirection, timing, and improvisation rather than step-by-step technical tricks. His tools were a collection of innocuous things: a battered laptop with custom, fictional software, think of it as a prop in a spy novel, a few social cues practiced until they felt natural, and a handful of fake credentials he'd crafted as convincingly as a playwright crafts a believable character. Nothing real, nothing specific, nothing that could be used by someone else, just story devices that made the scene cinematic. He watched the workers fold into their routines and then nudged one tiny element out of place. A carefully timed question at a help desk, a gentle redirection of attention, a phone call that asked for a manager's check at precisely the moment the manager stepped away. People moved as people do when surprised, predictable, flustered, human. In those moments the institution's armor slipped. The operation felt less like a break-in and more like a sleight of hand. Cairo's plan hinged on patience and the illusion of control. By midnight the ledger glowed with a single, tiny anomaly that was enough to do what he intended. He slipped back into the rain with his coat collar up, the city lights painting his face in orange and blue. By morning the bank would be scrambling to explain an unexpected loss, and journalists would call Cairo a villain, or a phantom genius. He had won, at least for the moment. But the story didn't end with an easy getaway. The emptiness after the adrenaline arrived first as a quiet he didn't expect, then as reflection. Cairo watched the fallout unfold on the news, but he also watched the ripple of consequences. A family worried about pensions, a teller questioned for something they'd never done, investigators who would devote sleepless nights to finding him. Winning had a cost. In the end, Cairo did something the story had not promised. He vanished from the headlines and reappeared, anonymously, in a short letter to a newspaper editor. He admitted nothing specific, only asked a single question: what is the point of a system that can be toppled by routine and habit? The letter sparked debate about resilience and responsibility, and that, more than the hall itself, was the echo he wanted to leave. Practical, safe steps people can take to guard their accounts. Use strong, unique passwords for each financial account and a reputable password manager to store them. Enable multi-factor authentication, MFA, wherever your bank and services offer it. Use app-based authenticators or hardware keys rather than SMS when possible. Treat unexpected requests for personal information, one-time codes, or urgent requests with suspicion. Never share OTPs, one-time codes, or passwords over phone, text, email. Verify requests through official channels. If you get a call or email claiming to be from your bank, hang up and call the number on the back of your card or the bank's official website. Don't use contact numbers embedded in suspicious messages. Keep devices and apps updated, run reputable antivirus, anti-malware on computers you use for banking, and avoid banking on public Wi-Fi or unsecured networks. Turn on account alerts for logins, large transactions, and changes to account settings so you can spot suspicious activity early. Limit personal information you share publicly, social media, online forums, that could be used to answer security questions or socially engineer you. Use official bank apps, websites and bookmark them. Avoid logging into financial accounts from links in emails or social posts. If you suspect fraud or a compromised account, contact your bank immediately via their official customer service channel. Freeze or lock your card account if the bank offers quick lock features. Change passwords and revoke sessions, devices that are signed into your account. File a fraud report with the bank and keep records, dates, times, screenshots. Check credit reports and consider fraud alerts or credit freezes if sensitive info was exposed. Report criminal fraud to local law enforcement.